Skip this and you're manually deploying while everyone else has automated it, which is why understanding how to deploy a microservices application in production using Kubernetes is crucial for any Linux admin.
What it does. Kubernetes is a container orchestration system that automates the deployment, scaling, and management of containerized applications. It provides a robust framework for deploying microservices applications, allowing for efficient resource utilization, high availability, and scalability. In this scenario, we will deploy a multi-tier Python microservices application using Kubernetes, leveraging its features such as pods, services, ingress, and horizontal pod autoscaling. Command/example. Breaking it down. Let's break down each step of the deployment process. First, we create a namespace for our application, which provides a way to organize and isolate our resources. We then create deployments for the backend and front-end services, specifying the Docker image to use for each. The image flag specifies the Docker image to use, and the end flag specifies the namespace to create the deployment in. Next, we create services for the backend and frontend, which provide a stable network identity and load balancing for the pods. The type flag specifies the type of service to create, and the port flag specifies the port to expose. We create a cluster IP service, which is the default type of service in Kubernetes. We then create an ingress resource, which provides a way to access the application from outside the cluster. The rule flag specifies the routing rules for the ingress, and the rule flag is used again to specify additional routing rules. Finally, we create a horizontal pod autoscaler for the backend, which automatically scales the number of pods based on CPU utilization. The min flag specifies the minimum number of pods to run, the max flag specifies the maximum number of pods to run, and the CPU % flag specifies the target CPU utilization. Common mistakes. One common mistake is to forget to specify the namespace when creating resources, which can lead to resources being created in the default namespace instead of the intended namespace. Another common mistake is to forget to expose the service, which can make it inaccessible from outside the cluster. Try this next. To practice deploying a microservices application, try creating a simple application with 2 services, and deploy it to a Kubernetes cluster. Use the kubectl command line tool to create and manage the resources, and use the kubectl get and kubectl describe commands to inspect the resources and troubleshoot any issues. Pro tip. In production, it's a good practice to use a continuous integration and continuous deployment CI/CD pipeline to automate the deployment process, and to use a tool like Helm to manage the deployment of complex applications. Additionally, it's a good practice to monitor the application and the cluster, and to use tools like Prometheus and Grafana to visualize the metrics and logs.